And suddenly it has all changed right in front of us as Alexander Wurz looks like he's having similar issues to what Montagny had just a few hours ago.
There is Alex.
Boy, that didn't sound good at all. I don't know if that's engine or transmission, but whatever it is, it's put the end to their day of any chance to put it in victory lane.
Saw smoke initially coming out the side. That just may have been the engine loading up and then clearing out as he came through one of the slow corners through Indianapolis. Do you see it again?
Heartbreak for Peugeot.
They've had to push this car so hard, qualifying lap after lap after lap after lap. It's engine. You see the smoke pouring out the side there.
Justin Bell is standing by down at the Peugeot camp. Justin, whenever you're ready.
Yeah, well, I'm right here because this is obviously the action spot right now. Looks like smoke kind of oozing out of the rear of the car, especially on the right-hand side. The dollies have gone straight underneath. They know it's got to go in the garage. We knew it had to go in the garage. And I don't know, I think the diagnosis will be make the most of the last few minutes of your life here, I think. I don't know if this is really going to go well for them, is it? Of course, obviously, eagerly being watched down there by Audi, I'm sure. And Rocky right now will be... Just look at the floor here. Look under the car. Look where I am right now. If my camera can turn around. Is he there? I guess he isn't. Anyway, I'm standing in a pool of oil, guys. If anyone can... my camera guy, I don't know if you can talk to him, can turn around. I'm standing in a bed of oil right here at the back, so obviously it's completely let go.
You can tell by the...
Maybe you called it, maybe it was... everyone's standing here. Look down here, look. This is it. It's the final Peugeot blood has been spilt at Le Mans this year. And, I mean, it's amazing, isn't it? Three amazing cars, beautiful cars, and incredibly fast should actually not make it. It is amazing. At the start of this, we thought we would have seen an Audi's right at the, at least two of the top three spots. But anyway, back to you guys. I think when you see an open wound like this, it's all done.
Well, for those who saw it on track, they will know immediately. For those who didn't, the word will go out to Mike Rockenfeller, Andre Lotterer, and Tom Christensen that the one is out. And soon it will be an Audi 1, 2, 3.
Interesting, it's the same right side bank as what happened to the other Peugeot. So that's always the concern when you have one car go down. Could it be the same problem with any other remaining cars? And it looks like very easily this could be.
And they just had to push so hard this year in comparison to last. And interesting reaction here from the Audi camp. Looked like Dr. Ulrich was almost disgusted. I think he was looking forward to this battle here.
Yeah.
He wanted to go right down to the flag. He didn't want to see the print in the media saying that the Peugeot's broken, Audi's won. He wanted to see that car finished. But nonetheless, a stellar day is in store now for the Audi squad.
There is still one Peugeot 908 out there. It belongs to Team Orica. Hugues de Chonac's operation. It's running in 5th at the moment. It will be pushed up to 4th due to the DNF of car number 1.
But it's not in play.
It's not in play.
Now for Audi, they just got to set their pace to the checker. They're in great position to do a 1, 2, 3. No reason to take any chances. Run smart. Bring it home.
What a shame. That was building such a finale to such a dogfight for the final 2 hours. And this is down at Arnage.
This is where it all started happening. We saw the car kind of coming slow out through there, and it looks like that is the debris flag for something on the track, which could be oil, or should be oil. Probably is oil from the Peugeot.
And how much can change in the space of 12 months? This time last year, that man there, Olivier Canel, the boss of Peugeot Sport, was biting his nails. He was watching every lap. And their car, with Genet, Brabham and Wurz, led the last 15 hours of this race to go and clinch the victory. They were trying to do what they did in the early 90s, 92, 93, and win back-to-back years here at La Sarthe. We now know for sure that is not going to happen.
And you could see there Olivier Canel was looked like he was texting someone, and you could see the emotion in his face as he was punching in the words to say that it's over. Probably to a certain board member, board members I would suggest, who are eager to know, did we beat Audi once again? They came so close. They had the fastest cars here today, but it wasn't to be. Audi pushed them hard, and ultimately the Peugeots broke. There you see the tears from the man in charge.
You ask so much from that car. When you get behind and you have to run qualifying laps, after lap, after lap, after lap, you're asking a lot from a race car. I don't care what kind of car it is, hour after hour. And unfortunately, it just wasn't meant to be.
Well, the buck stops with those guys, with Dr. Ulrich, with Olivier Canel, because they are the ones that have to go back to the board and answer the questions. So we invested this, and why didn't we win? They're the questions that those men have to answer, and they're not easy questions. There is Hugues de Schonack, a dear friend of Olivier Canel, and Canel is a big supporter of de Schonack, and that is the sole remaining 908 in this race.
And there's so many what-ifs in this race. I mean, certainly they've had engine problems with two of the cars. They had the chassis issue with Lambie's car in the very early hours. But also for the number 4 car, it has run a great race other than that half shaft. You know, it's still got to run 2 hours here. Hopefully it won't succumb to similar engine failures as the factory cars, but they have been super quick. It could have really been in the battle to be leading this race right now without that drama in the middle of the race, changing that half shaft and taking the car to the pit box.
We're going to go back to the replay, the onboard replay of Alex Wurz and those final moments. We're off to a break, but here's what happened.
Today, Darrell Waltrip makes his race day debut to break down the fallout from Pocono.
Hundreds of restored and rare cars will be auctioned off to the highest bidders. We are talking about Barrett Jackson. This, of course, is the world's best and greatest collector car auction. It's here on Speed, and it's from Orange County this time round. Coverage begins Friday, June 25 at 5 p.m. Eastern, live here on Speed. We welcome you back to Le Mans, and this is the sole remaining Peugeot 908 for Team Orica as it heads out of pit lane one last time, one pit stop closer to the end of the French Classic, and car number 4 now moves into position number 4, courtesy of the stranded 908. The final one for the works to Peugeot team, the Peugeot Sport organisation. It is out. Alex Wurz bringing that car back to pit road. It's in 5th on total laps done, but there's a good chance that Sam Hancock will overtake that car and put the 009 Aston Martin into the top 5. Aston Martin finished best petrol car last year and in the top 4 as we welcome Dorsey Schrader back to the booth. Dors, can you believe what you see?
Unbelievable is right, you know, and that thing sounded terrible. It sounded like a bunch of bolts in a blender, you know, as he drove it back. I think the only reason he drove it back is so he can go to bed now. He didn't have to walk. You know?
What a heartbreaker.
Yep.
I mean, that's, you know, they're pushing so hard there at the end. I mean, that's a lot to ask from a car.
Yeah.
No matter what the situation, but you know what was going to turn into just an unbelievable fight to the finish now is.
I learned something though. I learned that diesel oil in those race engines is as black as mine is in my bus. It gets dirty just like mine does.
Looking at the emotion here amongst the Peugeot crew.
Yeah. What a shame. You know, when they go, but you hate that when it happens this close, 2 hours from the end of the race, and